the Wang family of Zhenguagong, swearing to receive the emperor's favor. However, they formed cliques and pursued private interests, corrupting the government. Effective immediately, titles and fiefs will be revoked. Confiscated family property. The entire family was exiled to the northern wastelands by imperial decree. Leave the Wang family 3,000 miles away. It's all done. Fortune truly changes every day. The most tragic one was Wang Feng, the only grandson of the Wang family. I said, gentlemen, if you want to confiscate property, then confiscate property. Can you be quicker? What kind of gold, silver, and valuables are in this sack? Confiscate them all, filled into the national treasury. Haha, others are risking their lives to hide gold. You're carrying a bunch of rotten rocks and a stench of wind. Such a desperate situation. You don't even know what valuable things can save your life? Can't you tell the difference anymore? Grandpa, please stop crying. Don't hurt your body. This stuff is worth way more than gold. This is my high-yield, cold-resistant potato that I've painstakingly cultivated for 3 years, and high-quality unsalted coal blocks. It was written clearly on the imperial edict. His Majesty has sent us to the north to atone for our sins and cultivate the land. It is both land reclamation. I brought some farming tools for protection against the cold and some seeds of unknown origin. What's wrong with that? Which article of the Dajia Code stipulates exiles cannot carry seeds? If we can pay the grain tax next year, this enraged His Majesty. Are you using your whole family to take the blame? All right, stop with your disgusting faces. Don't delay our departure time. Without the constraints of powerful figures. That was my absolute utopia. Ha ha ha, let's go. Come to Beijing with me. Starting today, Beijing will no longer have cold winters. This vast black soil, they are all undiscovered treasures. This is truly unbelievable. Has this young master lost his soul from being frozen? Even at this point, he could still walk with such enthusiasm. It's bad. Maofeng ordered the entire army to obey. Stop moving forward, looking for the wind-avoiding beads. Run. Grandpa, what's wrong with you? Wake up. Grandpa, you can't abandon us. The continuous impact and extreme cold. The old man couldn't hold on any longer. A fire must be started immediately. Where is Zhao Shouwei's firewood? Hurry up and start a fire. Can you see my grandpa is about to collapse? What a load of fire! You still think this is the heated room in your house where you burn silver charcoal, this icy and snowy place, where to collect firewood. Even if there is dry firewood outside, it was already soaked through by ice and snow. It can't be lit at all. Let's all huddle together for warmth. Can we survive tonight's white-haired wind? It all depends on God's will. The old man's health. Preparing for the funeral. Ha ha ha. HMPH, HMPH, HMPH. It all depends on fate. Even the emperor can't take the lives of the Wang family. Moreover, it was just a snowstorm. Even if God wants to take someone away, he has to ask me if I agree. Young master, even a fire can't be started. Please don't bother with this. Shut up and watch carefully. Zhao Tai took the tin canteen hanging from your subordinate's waist. Throw them all over me. Everyone stepped back. Stay away from me. This. What kind of sorcery is this? Sorcery is science. You uncultured ancient people wouldn't understand anyway. R. The wound came alive. The old man came back to life. The young master is a god descended to earth. Captain Zhao, the wind is so strong outside. Want to keep warm? Prince, if you can use your magic to save my brothers' lives today, on this road of exile, we will follow your lead without question. Absolutely no disloyalty. Very good. In this northern wasteland, where even the underworld cannot reach, this well-trained Imperial Guard, they will be my first batch of loyal followers in reclaiming the wasteland. Ah. Distinguished guests from the capital, it's not that I'm not hospitable. We were practically starving and freezing to death. This god-forsaken place, Beijing, firewood is more expensive than grain. Good luck to you guys. This is an extremely rare shallow open-pit coal mine. It's practically a gift from heaven for industrial fuel. Old village chief, I have a question for you. The black stones on the back mountain. Why don't you go and mine for firewood to keep warm? Useless. Absolutely not. Young master, that's a poisonous stone sent down by the mountain god. That thing gets a little hot when it burns. It produces colorless and odorless toxic fumes. In the past, some people in the village burned these stones for warmth. The whole family was poisoned to death the next day. Carbon monoxide poisoning due to lack of ventilation. It was actually mistaken for a divine curse. Ha 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 ha. Poisoned food is because you don't know how to use it. Jiao Tai. What are your orders, young master? Bring your brothers. Pick up the pickaxe and shovel. Come with me to the back mountain. Today, I'll take you all to dig for gold. Young master, have you dug up these black stones? What to do next? Go fetch water. First, wash off the mud and sand from the surface of the coal. Use a sledgehammer to break up these washed coal chunks. Smash them all. Young master smashed it so badly. How do I burn it? When the north wind blows, wouldn't they all just fall apart? Don't rush. That's the key. Jiao Tai. Go dig up some sticky yellow mud from the riverbank behind the mountain. Remember to get the most delicate kind. Mix eyebrow powder and yellow clay in a 7:3 ratio. Add water and stir. Yellow clay can not only reshape loose eyebrow powder, it can also slow down the burning rate. Allows for long-lasting heat release. Look at everything carefully. This is the most important step. Ah, young master, this mud pillar, riddled with holes, could actually be burned. This is called honeycomb briquette. These holes are added to increase the air contact area. This allows the coal inside to burn completely and fully. Not only firepower, it can also greatly reduce the production of toxic gases. Go and call the village blacksmith over. Roll all these scrap metal sheets into cylindrical shapes. Remember, give me nails and mud. Seal all seams completely. Fixed furnace coal briquettes. Even immortals have worries. Get ready for the warm and awe-inspiring impact of modern industry. Everyone step back. Everyone step back. That's when the poisonous fire started burning. The people inside wouldn't even last half an hour. The comfortable breeze and the fire. Simply, compared to those silver-threaded charcoal pieces in the capital that cost a few taels of silver per pound, it also needs to be vigorous. Old Village Chief. Don't get cold outside. Come inside and warm up. Ah. No one died. No one really died. Not only is there no toxic smoke, the temperature is surprisingly high. The god of fire appeared. This is the sacred fire descended by the god of fire. My benefactor, young Master Wang, is a living bodhisattva. Starting today, I, Wang Feng, will take Kushui village with me. I guarantee that as long as you obey my orders, this harsh winter in the north will never freeze any of you to death again. Dear friends, the musical instruments of the great Jia dynasty were valid in the capital, but in my Wangfeng's Bitterwater village. Starting today, abolition. Young master, this is a capital offense. The emperor is far away and the land is high. Who will kill my head? There are no exiled prisoners here. There were no high-ranking officials. We have only one identity: pioneers of Kushui Village. Starting today, Kushui Village implements a system of distribution according to work, where more work means more pay. Whether it's coal mining, brick making, or patrolling, as long as you put in the effort, they could then exchange them for an equal amount of food and coal. Who did a good job? Whoever eats meat and wears warm clothes. Who dares to slack off or cheat? Go away and starve. Breaking down class barriers. This is the true meaning of modern dimensional reduction. Strike. Jiao Tai, your mission is not to escort us. Instead, it's about protecting the minerals we extract and the factory to be built. Train your soldiers well. In the future, I want you to become the sharpest blades in the north. HMPH. Subordinate. Swearing to be loyal to the young master. Swearing to be loyal to the young master. A modern organizational structure full of wolf-like characteristics. Finally, it took root and sprouted in this wasteland. More terrifying than the cold winter, it is a famine that is about to break out in early spring. If we don't stock up in advance, this newly built fortress will be overrun by the refugees in an instant. Planting must begin immediately. Young master, in this freezing cold, bury the precious seeds in the soil. Can it really sprout? In my dictionary, there is no such thing as impossible. When the ice and snow melt, when famine swept across the north, the miraculous creatures nurtured in this greenhouse. This will be my strongest bargaining chip to dominate the economic lifeline of the great Jia dynasty. Young master, something terrible has happened. People are coming from the north. What's the panic? How many people are there? Not just a few. It is several thousand. They were all refugees fleeing famine in the north. They blocked all 3 intersections like locusts. Young Master, our guard team has a total of about 100 people. Thousands of starving refugees rushed in to loot the food. We simply can't stop them. Transmit my order. The entire guard was in full armor, holding a Vedra repeating crossbows. Guard the village entrance. Without my command, no one may shoot arrows. The remaining young and middle-aged people, give me all the grains stored in our warehouse right now. Move to the high platform at the entrance of the village. Young Master, what are you going to do? I want them to know. Kushui village has grain. But there must be rules. Make way. Everyone make way for me. A group of demons. Don't dirty my carriage. Oh my, isn't this the old capital city? Is he the infamous #1 playboy, young Master Wang? Haha, how did you end up exiled to such a cold place? And you've gotten yourself all disheveled. Young Master. He is a local resident who has been entrenched in the 3 cities of Beijing. Gentleman Jin Million. He raised the price of rice tenfold. This is deliberately trying to force all of us to our deaths. Mr. Jin has quite the grand style. I won't count your ill-gotten gains in town. What are you doing here in my poor, remote place? Ha 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 ha. Wang Feng is an honest man who doesn't mince words. These thousands of people outside, if they starve for another 3 days, they'll have to eat people alive. Is the meager grain you have in your Bitterwater village even enough to fill a tooth gap? I'm here today to save your lives. 1,000 jin of rice. By the hill behind you, the mine where black stones can be extracted. In addition to all the women of your royal family and this land, I had accurately predicted the dead end I would face from a peasant uprising, intending to take advantage of the chaos with a mere 1,000 jin of rice. Wang Feng, don't push your luck. Do you still think you're the eldest son of the Duke's mansion? You have to sell today, whether you like it or not. Otherwise, I'll spread the news right now. They say the village hides provisions for an army of 10,000. At that time, this group of refugees, in an instant, they could raze Bitterwater village to the ground. You think you can buy my life and my mind with 1,000 jin of grain? Since you think that the little bit of food you hoarded can control everything, well then, this young master will give you a free lesson today. Even when death is imminent, he still dares to put on a show of bravado. Fellow villagers, Wang Feng, that good-for-nothing brat, hide the grain to feed the dog. I wouldn't dare give you a single bite to eat. Everyone rushed in and grabbed the food. Shut up, all of you. Want to live? Want to eat? Just line up properly. Come with me to the back mountain. Today I'll show you what I'm made of. What is a true divine object? Zhao Tai lifted all the straw curtains from the greenhouse for me. Oh. Nourished by modern greenhouses and scientific fertilizers, they grew wildly. This is impossible. The drought continues outside. How could green leaves possibly grow in here? This sorcery is definitely a smokescreen. Is it a smokescreen? Why don't we dig it open and see? The old man dug down along the base of the vine. Oh. this? What kind of magical fruit is this? It's sweet. You can eat this. You can eat it. Gentlemen. This is called a potato. The one next to it is called sweet potato. These are all miraculous drought and cold-resistant seeds passed down through my Wang family. It doesn't care about the land or the water. Standing on this barren land of severe drought in the north, the yield per mu can reach 3,000 to 5,000 yen. No, that's impossible. How could there be a monster that yields thousands of kilograms per mu? All 100,000 yen of high-priced grain that I stockpiled became waste. Shut up, all of you. Zhao Tai set up all 10 large iron pots for me, pouring water to start a fire. Cut into pieces and put into the pot. Anyone who dares to steal will be expelled from Bitterwater Village. High-starch crops should be eaten raw. It would directly kill these weak refugees. Ha 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 ha. This fresh fruit is so filling and sweet. Finished. My 100,000 yen of overpriced grain. Young master's old dog needs to be taken for a walk. Killing them has soiled the land of our Bitterwater Village. Tell him to go back. Open your eyes wide. Looking at his business empire. How was it grounded into powder? Benefactor, you saved our whole family's lives. In the future, our several thousand people, I'll be your slave. Kushui Village does not support idlers. There is no need for slaves. I, Wang Feng, will never give alms because of the pity of others. Never able to stand up straight. Starting today, Kushui Village fully implemented work for relief programs. As long as you have some strength, whether it's mining, coal extraction, road construction, or brick making, or reclaim wasteland, as long as you put in the work, my Wang family will ensure you have enough to eat every day. They also pay wages every month. I'll let you do it with your own hands to live with dignity in this northern wasteland. Young master, the greenhouse is overflowing with grain. The land outside is also being cultivated. What should we do next? It's time to close the net. We loaded our sacred objects onto a truck and transported them to town. I want to make grain prices in Beijing hit a low point today. Wang's grain store opens. Drought and cold resistant, the fresh fruit is extremely filling. The price is only 1/20th of that of the rice shop in my previous life. Unlimited supply. Ah. Oh no, sir. Wang Feng, that jinxing. Take the thing called potatoes to town. We tried selling our rice online, but we couldn't sell it at all. Food prices have completely collapsed. In this year of severe drought, who has that much cash to take over? The only buyer was Wang Feng. According to the laws of the Great Jia dynasty, the contract for these tens of thousands of acres of fertile land, just put your fingerprints on. I paid your debt for you. Abundant labor force and tens of thousands of acres of fertile land. It's already in my pocket. This land, soon to be transformed into the first super plantation in the entire Great Gia. The foundation for agriculture has been laid. Next, the Earth Department of the Great Gia Dynasty. Prepare for the true heavy industries dimensional reduction. Defeat the wound and defeat the traitor. Young Master, something terrible has happened. It broke again. This is the 50th hoe that broke this morning. The temperature of the earthen stove is too low. This pig iron is full of impurities like sulfur and phosphorus. The smelting technology of the entire Gia dynasty, stuck firmly in the grip of the times. These things made by the blacksmith in town. It's just a bunch of cheap, worthless junk. We brothers would work ourselves to death for you without any regrets. But there were no suitable farming tools. It simply can't keep up with the rates at which we consume resources during our land reclamation. Go. Those old blacksmiths we just recruited in Bitterwater Village. Call me over. Young Master, you're looking for the old, iron-willed man. If I provide enough raw iron, can you forge a Vedra farm tool in a day? Young Master, you making this old man feel too ashamed. Want to prevent breakage. That must be steel reinforcement. The old man and his apprentice. Tireless and repeated forging of the emerald water. It takes 10 days to half a month to play one game. It's already thanks to the blessings of the ancestors. It's simply unaffordable. Thousands of people outside play a game every 10 days or half a month. Once the farming tools are made, the daily buds were all cold. Okay, I understand. You don't need to waste your energy anymore. They went to forge those inferior pig irons. What about clearing the wasteland, young master? We can't expect the guys to dig the ground with their bare hands, can we? Digging the ground with your hands is something savages do. Since we can buy good steel, can't wait to knock. Then we'll build it ourselves. This steel-making process has been carried out by ourselves since ancient times, involving countless hammerings and forgings. Where is mass production? Zhao Tai obeys the order. Your humble servant is. Immediately mobilize 1,000 able-bodied men. Bring digging tools. Come with me to the back mountain valley. Send people to mine large quantities of limestone hematite and our smokeless coal. Today, this young master will stay here in the northern wilderness. Light up the heavy industry technology room. I want you to see it for yourselves. What is an industry that transcends time? Dimensional reduction attack is fast. Refractory yellow clay and crushed stone. Mix well. It must be compacted. Stacking layer by layer. There must be no gaps whatsoever. The young master's iron smelting furnace has never been more than half a person's height. You created such a huge monster. How to burn it thoroughly? Iron smelting using black coal. The coal is toxic. The smelted iron shatters at the slightest touch. Old Man Tide knows what it is, but not why it is. There are indeed some things to consider when buying ordinary coal, but I use those limestone coals inside. Higher energy levels can trigger chemical reactions that release toxins. What remains is the purest molten iron. Water and Land Engineering Team releases sluice gate. Trial transfer. Good heavens! As long as the river doesn't dry up. This machine that transcends time. It can continuously inject large amounts of oxygen day and night. One layer of iron ore is fed. One layer of anthracite. Stones in a layer. Fill the furnace for me. Never stop. Three days and 3 nights of high temperature mutual tempering. All impurities have been removed. The time has come. Jiao Tai broke open the clay plug at the bottom of the furnace for me to open it. Iron tapping. Not a single one. Not even an inch of hole. Tens of thousands of kilograms of iron can be produced in one furnace. The ancestral master has appeared. The young master is a god. This overwhelming torrent of steel. The throne that the times have bestowed upon me. Ha! Ah, burning iron like mud. This is 100 times forged Vedra. Young master, our Beijing farming tools are saved. The old man wiped away his tears. Now is not the time to cry. Starting today, completely abolish your use of hammers. The outdated technique of forging by hammer blows. I'm going to teach you a completely new way of production. Sand castings. Directly poured into the sand mother. After cooling, it becomes a finished diamond farming tool. Why is only standing there in a daze? Try out the new guy. It's not broken. It really isn't broken. Even the stones have cracked. Brothers, young Master Shending has given us divine weapons. Young Master, these are the things you've made for our guard team. What kind of monster is it? With King Kong. Naturally, an armed guard team is required. Such armor-piercing divine weapons, paired with our Vedra armor. Even 100 of us dare to fight head-on on the battlefield. Great Sa 3000. The Zhuangdia heavy cavalry then began. I want to make Kashui village become the continent, an impregnable steel fortress. Winter will arrive in a few months. The problem of warm clothing must be solved. Young master, why did you buy so much dried wool? Even the poorest beggars in our village wouldn't dare to use this thing. Guy Fauber, what do you know? Wool is just the bottom layer. It's like soap. If it doesn't come off the bottom, it's industrial waste. But in my eyes, this is soft yellow, more precious than real gold and silver. Jin Ku. All the women in the village were gathered at the river bank. Then set up 20 of our newly cast large iron pots. Pour in water and bring to a boil. The ashes from the clay blast furnace and cooking. Collect them all. Poured into a large wooden barrel. Add water and stir. The stuff here, young master, is even stickier than the martial arts world. Using just wood ash to wash vegetables completely removes the gamey smell. The main component of your wood ash is potassium carbonate. It is a natural strong alkali. Let the woodish water stand. Take the clear alkaline water from the top. Then throw the wool in and boil it. High temperature. The alkaline water reacts instantly with the mutton fat. The oils were broken down into soap and glycerin. One incense stick has been burned. Take the wool out. I rinsed repeatedly in the icy river water. My God! Is this really wool? This is better than the finest silk and cotton worn by high-ranking officials and nobles in the capital. It also needs to be soft and white. This is called turning the rotten into the miraculous. The young master is amazing. It's truly amazing. Don't just stand there. I degreased all 10,000 kilograms of wool within a few days. With these perfectly shredded wools, then the looms can be opened for manufacturing. The hydraulic spinning machine emitted a machine roar that shook the era. Young master, these shelves that you had the carpenter made overnight, what exactly is Uncle Fu used for? This is called a water-powered spinning machine. The one next to it is called a flying loom. Starting today, our bitter water village, To truly enter the era of assembly lines, open the sluice gates to release water. Oh my God! This piece of wood has become a spirit. Don't just stand there and put on the wallpaper. In just 1 hour, that's it. The workload of 100 skilled female workers in a whole day. 100 times more efficient. This is truly divine skill. Spinning is only the first step. No need to freeze when flying on the shuttle. Soft and warm, ready to wear garments. It'll be sewn out quickly. Grandpa, the weather is getting cooler. Try on the new clothes your grandson made for you. This is truly an exceptionally good thing. Not only warm, it is as light as a feather. A burskin cloak weighing dozens of kilograms heavier than those in the capital. It would be 100 times more comfortable. The cold in Beijing is a fear etched into your bones. But starting today, because of my existence, the people of this land, no longer afraid of death in winter. The shopkeeper's shop is just across 30% of Beijing's territory. 30 miles further ahead lies Bitterwater Village, where the convicted and mentally challenged were exiled. Ugh, this God-forsaken place is freezing. At this time of year, the poor are almost freezing and starving to death. We directly used inferior, stale rice to drive down the price. Those top-quality snow foxes and sable furs. You must buy it from me at the lowest possible price. I heard that the Playboy Wang Feng, a spoiled brat, was exiled here half a year ago. It's estimated that it would have frozen into an ice sculpture by now. The bones were probably gnawed away by wolves, leaving not even a scrap. Ha 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 ha. Me, the shopkeeper. Am I hallucinating from being frozen? What kind of stone is this? How could there not even be a crack? Oh. This is hell in Beijing. This is clearly the Jiangnan region of the northern frontier. From the capital, the caravan followed the main road. Park the carriage in the designated inn area. Spitting and galloping on horseback are strictly prohibited within the village. Those who violate this rule will be punished by being sent to dig coal in Xishan for 3 days. What exactly happened in Beijing? A tremendous change. Shopkeeper, smell, what's that fragrance? Hum. It must be cold outside, sir. Quick, please bring me a bowl of our signature potato noodles from northern Xinjiang. Warm your body. Served with a side of dried sweet potatoes. Come and choose the biggest bowl. Add more meat. Money is not a problem. Potato starch, a modern delicacy made from high-purity starch. It's so delicious. The most prestigious restaurant in the capital. That shark fin and bird's nest. This bowl of noodles is practically pig food. Waiter, these crystal clear, divine noodles, and these dried fruits. What kind of grain is it made of? I've never seen it before. This is called potato noodles and dried sweet potatoes. These are all divine creatures grown by young Master Wang. Not only delicious, moreover, in our Kushui village granary, piled up like a mountain. Does this owner think the potato noodles are delicious? Haha. Actually, this is just our Kushui village. It's just the cheapest thing. This kind of food is the least valuable. If you want to see the real treasure, why not go check out the industrial exhibition hall in the southeast corner of the street? There is clearly no brazier in this hall. Why is it so warm, like spring? Manager Jin, what you see is a heating marvel in Beijing. Honeycomb briquettes and environmentally friendly iron furnace coal. You're crazy, burning poison in a closed formula. Are you trying to drag everyone down with you? Don't panic, Manager Jin. This is smokeless honeycomb briquettes. Flue gas pipe. Absolutely non-toxic. A smokeless piece can burn for 2 hours. It releases more than 10 times the heat of high-quality silver wire charcoal. The powerful and wealthy in the capital sought medical treatment for a few taels of silver and charcoal. It's practically a money printing machine. Don't worry, Manager Jin. This is just an appetizer. Look ahead again. Manager Jin. May I borrow the sword at your waist for protection? HMPH. Be careful. Don't break this piece of junk. Ow. My dear mother. Cutting iron like mud. If this were used to equip the army, with a million-strong army, wouldn't the great Jia dynasty be able to roam freely? That's not all. Manager Qin. What kind of divine object is this? Could it be silkworm silk? Boss Jin, this is wolf fur. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. I've been collecting leather goods for half my life. Wool, that's smelly, oily, cheap stuff. How could it be so white and soft? On my turf. Nothing is impossible. Prince Wang. What did Boss Jin see in him? Oh, young Master Wang. These things of yours are novels, but the nobles of the capital are unparalleled. I'll cover everything. When making friends, Jin do a duo. Do you think I've been in Beijing too long? They've lost their minds. Listen carefully. A wool sweater costs 50 taels of silver. As for these diamond-shaped farm tools and knives, 100 taels each. This is the factory price. No bargaining allowed after death. Credit purchases are only accepted in cash. If you can't eat it, you can leave and I'll buy it for you. I'll cover everything. Sign a contract. The snows of winter cannot bury my industrial dominance. Three years is enough for the land of exile to become the heart of the world. Commander, our tribes will this year. The entire operation has been handed over to the No. 03 Textile Factory. These are the 500 strongest young men I picked. People who came to work in the steel factory. Queue up at recruitment point number 2. You know the assessment rules. You have to wear work clothes when you enter the factory. No urinating or defecating in public. Anyone who causes trouble will have their monthly salary withheld and be sent back to the grasslands. We all know. Boss is benevolent. The wages offered are too high. Working with Boss Wang, they have big potatoes and meat buns at every meal. There are heated rooms to live in during winter. Only a fool would go to war and shed blood. Listen up, all of you. Once you get to the factory, give it your all and start swinging the sledgehammer. Who dares to slack off? It has tarnished the reputation of us grassland men. I skinned him alive. A bear that cannot be conquered by weapons. On the surface of industrial civilization, which is being attacked in a false manner, They will only turn into docile sheep. Young master, this is this month's financial statement. Last month, our anthracite wool and glass. They have captured 80% of the market share in Jiangnan. Just last month's profit. It has already exceeded the total amount of the Great Jia dynasty's national treasury this year. Young master, we've developed too fast. Secret report from the capital. The emperor has been here for the past 2 weeks. 7 vases in the imperial studies have already been smashed. The Ministry of War has already begun secretly mobilizing troops. Mobilize troops. Want to pick my peaches? Uncle Fu and Zhao Tai passed on the order. All heavy industrial factories in the north, entering a state of wartime production. I want to make those old emperors sitting on the dragon throne understand a principle. In this world, able to defeat a large army, not just another army, and the iron fist of technology and economy. Who can tell me? What exactly happened? My Great Jia Kingdom treasury. Now, they couldn't even come up with the 3 million taels needed for repairing the Yellow River. Where is my money? Where is my money? Have they all grown wings and flown away? Your Majesty, please calm down. It is not that we are incompetent. It's really been these past 3 years. The world's wealth is flowing frantically into the north. The north is spouting nonsense. That bitterly cold land, barren. It could drain all the wealth of my empire. But later the north became a treasure trove. The wool sweaters they made, speculated on 400s of taels of silver, still in short supply, and that crystal clear glass, a mercury mirror that reflects every tiny detail of a person. Now, the silver reserves of the Great Jia are a full 70%. They all flowed into Kushui village along the trade route. Don't tell me about Bitterwater village. The person who drained the treasury of the Great Jia. That's Wang Feng, the former #1 playboy. Your Majesty, not just silver. Your humble servant has just received a joint memorial from several generals at the border. They refuse to accept the weapons and armor issued by the Ministry of War. Are they going to rebel? No. It was the rebel general who said in his memorial, the knife made by the Bureau of Armory, not even a match for him. It breaks easily. The border troops are now paying out of their own pockets. Go to the steel mill in Kushui village to buy weapons. Even the Haiyan tribe on the northern grasslands. They haven't raided south for 3 years anymore. According to the scouts' reports, they were all in Wang Feng's factory. I went to work to earn money. Nomads don't fight. Go to work. Regular troops buy knives from exiled prisoners. What a Wang Feng! He was right under my nose. A state within a state was built. By imperial decree, the imperial censor Li Dezai was appointed as the imperial commissioner, leading 5,000 elite imperial guards on an immediate northern expedition. Love first, then play. If the imperial envoy were to arrive at Ruowangfeng, would he truly possess such astonishing wealth? Immediately charged them with treason. Took over all his formula factories and mines. Take it all back to the national treasury. However, they knew nothing about true industrial power. Lord Li, what lies ahead is the heartland of the 3 northern states. But something seems off about this road. Something's not right. Could it be? Would Wang Feng really dare to dig up the official road? What kind of stones are used to pave this road? It was so stable, and not even a crack could be found. Your Honor, this road sign reads Beijing Highway 1. Wang's infrastructure construction team undertook the project. The entire army accelerated. We must reach Kushui village before dark. Oh. Is this a city that humans could build? This is clearly an attack on the Thunder Department first. Why panic and act like a ghost? Follow me to knock on the door on behalf of His Majesty. If he dares not to welcome, treated as a capital offense. The people on the city walls listened. Wang Feng was charged with the crime. Hurry up and obey the imperial decree to tour the north. The army entered the city. Capture all city defenses. Those who disobey orders will be executed without mercy. HMPH. The imperial envoy is blind. Look around with your dog eyes. What kind of place is this? Ha 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 ha. The Great Jia laws in Beijing. The prince's words are the law. Want to capture the city defenses? Ask the knife in my hand. Ask my 30,000 brothers if they'll agree to use their repeating crossbows. You all want to rebel. This is treason. Lordly, you are a guest from afar. Come into town for a cup of tea. I welcome. But if you want to use that worthless piece of paper from the emperor, they came to steal my things. You could easily send your 5,000 men. Try taking a step forward. I promise this day next year. Not even a single intact bone will remain here. This is the most direct and brutal form of military technological superiority. Retreat, retreat. The majesty of imperial power is worthless in the face of steel. It's really gone against the grain. A mere exiled playboy. They even created divine weapons that even the imperial court didn't possess. They actually dared to hold military power and act arrogantly, openly defying the imperial decree. He really thought he could rely on a dilapidated city and a few broken crossbows. Can they withstand my million-strong army? By imperial decree, immediately, mobilize 100,000 main force troops stationed along the Great Wall defense line. The army was commanded by General Huozan, the general who guards the north. Heading south immediately, the army besieged the northern capital. Your Majesty, please reconsider. That northern border is now the purse box of my Great Jia. Once the war breaks out, the national treasury will be depleted in an instant. Shut up. I am the master of this world. As long as we capture that city, all the gold and silver belong to me. Order Huozan. The northern capital was pacified within 10 days. If Wang Feng dares to resist, the entire Wang family was wiped out. Not even their chickens or dogs were spared. General, this city's walls are not only exceptionally fortified, even the moat was filled with scalding hot water. Our ladders and battering rams will probably find it difficult to launch a direct assault. Even if you can't take it by force, you should still attack. Order the 3 armies to set up camp. Push the red-coated cannon up. Tomorrow, we'll bombard the city with artillery. Young master, enemy army of 100,000. Our iron army only has 30,000 men, although weapons are superior. But if they really recklessly use human lives to fill the gap, the city walls might also be in danger. Filled with human lives. Zhao Tai, you've been following me for so long. Why do we still have that old-fashioned mindset of fighting and killing? These 100,000 people, they were also the people of the Great Jia dynasty. He is also someone else's father and son. I built this northern border. It is to ensure that everyone in the world has enough to eat and wear, not for the purpose of slaughter. Transmit my order. Put away all the city defense thunderstones and oil. Turn on all the loudspeakers on the city walls first thing tomorrow morning. 100,000 Geo soldiers outside the city. Listen carefully. I am General Wang Feng Huo. You brought 100,000 brothers to fight me. It was simply following the emperor's orders. I was accused of treason. But before firing the cannon, I advise you to look down first. What you are holding in your hands and what you are wearing. What exactly is it? What you hold in your hands? Vedra Longsword used to slay enemies. The blade was not engraved with the 4 characters Wang's Vedra. Those things you're wearing will lining to keep your fingers from freezing off. Does it bear the logo of Beijing Textiles? You're drinking the strong liquor grown in Beijing. Wearing a wool sweater whereupon by my factory. Holding the knife that flowed out of my steel furnace. Now you can use the knives I gave you. Come and cut off my head. Come and smash the factory that produces classified materials for you. Spreading rumors and misleading the public. Fire! You dare to fire? Hugh Ozan, listen carefully. If you dare leave a bullet mark on the city wall today, I'll give the order now. All coal mines, steel mills, and textile factories in Beijing immediately and indefinitely halt work. All trade routes leading south were completely blocked. Within 3 days, Wu Yanmei broke, providing for high-ranking officials and countless people in the capital. They will freeze to death in the East River, completely cut off the source of weapons. When the nomadic peoples of the grasslands once again took up their scimitars, what do you border guards have to resist with? Should we take those easily broken knives from the imperial court? Cut off in less than a month. The national treasury has lost 70% of the tax revenue from my northern border. The imperial court could not pay the soldiers' wages. Chaos in the world. I, Wang Feng, will not need a single soldier. No need to shoot a single arrow. All I need to do is turn off the water gates of my factory. Turn off the fire in my blast furnace. This vast empire. In the midst of hunger, cold, and collapse. Fiscal collapse. Completely destroyed. General, our military pays. A large portion of it comes from taxes paid in Beijing. It really hit here. The brothers couldn't even afford to replace their knives. We can't even afford to eat. 800ly urgent message to the capital. Tell His Majesty. Beijing cannot be hit. Can't fight either. You only have meritorious service to the Wang clan of Zheng Wogong and the country. Wang's past crimes are hereby pardoned. All of the Wang family's original ranks and titles have been restored. Wang Feng was appointed as the king of the north. The 3 northern states handed over to their hereditary garrisons and jurisdiction. Hereditary title, never cease. Ha 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 ha. Grandpa has lived most of his life. When? I never dreamed of this. My Wang family not only did not perish during exile. On the contrary, it's in your hands. In this hell, they possessed a glory 100 times more dazzling than in the capital. The world today. Who doesn't know the name of the Northern King? Grandpa has only just begun. Winter in Beijing is long gone and belonging to us. An industrial golden age belonging to all living beings. It has just arrived.